Uh-huh.
Really? Go fuck yourself.
This is deserved.
Dark Souls veterans are abandoning Elden Ring PvP. As the title suggests, it's become more and more apparent that Souls veterans are coming away with a generally skewed, negative opinion of Elden Ring PvP. I'll first preface everything by saying I have nearly 10,000 hours of Souls PvP experience across all FromSoft titles, and I perform at the absolute highest levels of PvP competition across the board. I'm not saying this to brag, but rather to separate myself from the D-tier YouTuber Souls players and qualify what I'm saying. There are a lot of reasons for this negative feeling among PvPers, but I believe they can be boiled down to just a few key points. Now, before I get into that, I'd first like to explain the footage you'll be seeing in the background of this video. This is a compilation of me and my friend Fortheo's clips of whip combat versus a large subset of the meta and randoms. This is to illustrate the main points I'm covering by showing how a non-meta weapon can dominate in PvP. So, the first main issue is entitlement. I know you're thinking, really Spooky, that seems a bit too far-fetched, but I've spoken to so many people that say the PvP is trash and then follow that with gripes about losses to various things that they shouldn't have lost to. People don't seem to realize that this isn't Dark Souls 3 too. I know a lot of the attacks and animations are similar, but Elden Ring has a completely different feel, and your experience in previous Souls games does not automatically qualify you to be a PvP god and dominate right out of the gate. Some people are just writhing at the audacity of a random scrub beating them. It can't be possible. How could a loss at the hands of a noob be allowed? This was also the case in Dark Souls 3, where many of my friends stopped playing or didn't even try because they were Dark Souls 2 PvP gods and couldn't handle being bad at the Souls game. There's a learning curve, so complaining about X or Y thing beating you instead of learning to deal with it does not mean the PvP is bad. It means you are bad, and you need to learn the PvP. Your previous experience doesn't matter. This leads into the major reason plaguing most of my friends in PvP communities. There's too much meta, too fast. There was a massive shift in Elden Ring thanks to the viability of magic, the customizability of weapon arts via Ashes of War, and the changes to player movement options. In previous Souls games, the metas were mostly based on weapons. Sometimes armor played a role, but by and large, there were meta classes of weapons or specific meta weapons. Ninja flipping Havel monsters and backstab fishers in Dark Souls 1, broken catalyst buffs and full kill combos in Demon Souls, curved swords in Dark Souls 3. These were all metas and they were all counterable. They all had punishes and ways to circumvent their effectiveness. The thing was, though, that it was rare that new metas would arise in tandem. Something would become popular in a YouTube video, or something like backstepping towards your opponent into lock-on and attack would be seen for a while, but it was always easy to analyze, adapt, and overcome. The thing with Elden Ring is that there are a million broken combos, a million things you aren't ready for and that can kill you quickly, a million metas that you have to learn and counter. This is what's causing frustration, but it can be overcome. The thing is, Dark Souls was a melee PvP game. Magic and ranged strategies were usually bad, so people would learn to run attack, poke, roll, parry, and become predictive and punishing to gain an edge. So many new angles are available in PvP, from bloodhound stepping or crouch poking ultra greatsword, to extreme status buildup, to spell chaining for faster casts, to using punishing and OP weapon arts. PvP is no longer just about reactions and dodging. Well, actually, at its core, it still is. I'm making this video to give hope to those old heads. When you take the time, acknowledge you suck, and start to learn, the balance shifts. You start to find easy holes to exploit in their strategies. You start to see them as one-trick ponies, and you realize the truth. You realize that you have more options. You have more varied attacks and defenses, and you'll stop getting caught in the silly new metas. You'll start to beat rivers of blood with a silly whip. Because Rivers is fucking trash. All you have to do is wait while they miss and just avoid them, staying passive and attacking rarely. All of a sudden, they can't hit you, so you waste all their FP and they chase you and you crush them. The crouch pokers become predictable and easy to dodge. The spell users have no HP and you can bloodhound right next to them and nuke them. These are just some examples, but when you take the surprise and the bamboozlement away from these metas, They're just left with a shit build that's inferior to a well-made melee build with useful ashes and good defense in the hands of a better player who knows their tricks and won't fall for their shit. Get out there and crush the metas. Thanks for watching.